What is going on, everyone, and welcome to Stock Rank. My name is Johnny and it is so good to be with you all, and today we are going to be talking about Corsair Gaming and what ended up happening with their CFO and why I think that I'm not worried about it at all. Let's go ahead and get started. So if you saw over the past day, this stock has absolutely tanked and it has not looked pretty. But on June 3rd, what ended up happening was the CFO, Michael Potter, ended up selling 7,500 shares, which is actually half of his total investment. And so a lot of people were going crazy. They're like,
no! Why, Michael Potter?
And quite honestly, it had produced so much havoc that the stock price ended up tanking all the way down to the average price that he sold at, which was $31.85. And so this has been a huge drop in Corsair Gaming after it shot all the way up to $34. And so we're going to talk about why this is happening and why I quite honestly am not worried about anything. So what are my thoughts? I don't care. Listen, here's what ended up happening with this. So when he ended up selling these shares, it makes it look like he sold these shares on the spot and just completely cut his shares in half. That's not what ended up happening. So if you look at the bottom of the SEC filing where Michael Potter ended up selling those shares, it says that the sales reported in this Form 4 were effected pursuant to a Rule 10b5-1 trading plan. Now I remember hearing this before, and so I ended up Googling, what is the Rule 10b5-1? You know, because Google's always right. But one thing is for sure is that Investopedia is always right. So the Rule 10b5-1 says that it permits major holders to sell predetermined number of shares at a predetermined time. Boom, that's it. That's all you need to know, is that this was predetermined. It wasn't like he all of a sudden came in and was like,
that's it, I'm selling all my shares and I'm done. No more Corsair Gaming. In fact, I might end up leaving the company.
That's not what happened. This was a predetermined time to when he said, I'm going to be selling these shares at this point. And so this is why we should not worry if we are investors in Corsair Gaming. Now, if there were other news that came out saying that more and more people were selling and this became this huge thing, then we may be worried. But for something like this, it is not a big deal. Honestly, this was smart by the CFO, because if he were to actually sell these things at a specific time because of the knowledge that he knew beforehand, that's actually illegal. And a lot of corporate executives actually do this. This is not something that is rare. It's actually very common amongst people who own companies like the CFO. And so this is why it is super important to know what exactly is going on and why people are selling their shares, why maybe it looks like something is wrong, but in reality it's not. So if you are an investor in Corsair Gaming, or you are thinking about being an investor in Corsair Gaming, you need to go back to what we know. And so the first thing that we know is that this company is expected to produce $2 billion in annual revenue, and their market cap is only $3 billion. So they're almost doing about 2/3 of their market cap. 2/3 of their market cap in annual revenue. That is crazy. The other thing that we need to remember is that their products have some of the best reviews ever seen, and they're producing new products on top of that. And the other thing that we have to look at is they have $125 million in cash. That is a lot of money for a company that has about $3 billion market cap. And the last thing that we need to see is that this company is already profitable. There isn't much that they need to keep proving themselves. They've already proven a lot. And especially the fact that they have new products, and those products keep getting 4.5, 5-star reviews over and over and over again. Like, there's no reason for us to get nervous about things that are going on within the company. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't mind, would you consider hitting that like button and comment down below what are your thoughts about this? I have already shared my opinions with you, but I would love to hear your thoughts on the CFO selling these shares. And if you haven't already, would you consider subscribing to this channel? We would love to continue to grow this channel, not simply just for subscribers, but more so to get more input as to all the different stocks. I would love to hear what some of the new YouTube investors are doing, some of the stocks that they're investing in, and I would love to be able to do reviews on all these different kinds of stocks. Of course, I won't be able to get to every single stock, but at the same time, I want to be able to know what are some of the best stocks to be looking into right now. So once again, hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one.